As you recall in the previous training video, we learned how to set interim plans, which contains both the start and finish dates, the actuals at that point in time that we took a snapshot of, so we can later on compare it against the baseline plan of its start and finish dates for the project of each task. And here I want to show you how you can view those interim dates and also the baseline dates so you can compare and contrast between the two. Now you could go to any table, as you recall in earlier training videos, to insert a field. Just come up here and right click on any column header, go down to insert column, and then for interim plan 1 it contains both the start and the finish dates, so start, and for 1 there's start 1, and then we'd right click the next column next to it to insert the finish for that interim plan, which is finish 1. So interim plan 1 has a snapshot of the start 1 and finish 1 dates at that point in time that we set the interim plan. Now to compare this against the baseline, you'd right click on any column header to insert the baseline start, there it is, select it, and then we'd insert the baseline finish, and then you'd go back and forth and go, okay, from the original plan, what happened in the interim plan for the starts? Did we start on time? Well, let's see, for task 3, looks like the original plan was the 31st, and we started a couple of days later, September the 2nd. Now, the problem I find with this is that if I've got a lot of interim plans, or maybe I don't, but just a few, to insert these and then go, okay, I'm done with this, then to right click to hide them and then go, oops, okay, I need to look at them again, right click and insert that column again. It's just too time consuming. So what I want to do here is I want to show you how you can create a custom table and dedicate that table to viewing and comparing your interim dates with your baseline dates, okay? Sound cool? Alright, let's do it. Let me go ahead and click and drag to select these two columns, hit the delete key on the keyboard, and then to create a custom table you can do it one of a couple of ways. You can either come up here on the View tab, go to the Data group, click on the Tables drop down arrow, and go to More Tables, which is the long way to get to the More Tables window. Click Cancel. Better yet, you can just go ahead and right click on the table header cell, that blank cell there, and go down to More Tables. A lot easier, okay? And then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and create a copy of one of the tables here. It's going to be the baseline, because in that table it's got two of the fields that I want already in my custom table, which is the baseline start and the baseline finish, the original plan start and finish dates. So I'll go ahead and select that and click on copy. Opens up the table, gives me a generic name, and then a list of all the fields that are in that table. So let me go ahead and give it a name, and we'll type in baseline and interim dates by KK, okay? And then over to the right I want to show it in the menu, because when I right click next time on any table header cell, I want to see it right there and not have to go to more tables to be able to select this, okay? And then down below it has all the fields that are in this table that we made a copy of. And let's see, I just want the start and finish dates, okay, for the baseline. I don't need the estimated duration, delete that. I don't need the work or cost. So you can select it, hit the delete key on the keyboard, or click on delete row, and baseline cost, delete row. And then I can go ahead and insert my interim plans, click on the drop down arrow and type in start. There we go, start 1 for interim plan 1. Click below that. Start, well, let's go here too. And then below that, finish. If I keep typing, and it's going to be 1, finish. Let's click on the drop down arrow, make sure, well, it probably didn't get typed in correctly here. Let me type in F, finish 1, okay. Then go down a little bit further so I can get in finish 2. And let me click on the drop down arrow so I can bring it up and select finish 2. Notice that this is going to be the order, as you're looking at from top to bottom, that it will be in the table from left to right. So it'll be baseline start, then baseline finish, then start, start, finish, finish. I want all my starts together, but I'll leave it like this so I can show you that after you insert it, how you can come back and modify it, or you can modify it within the table. In any case, we'll leave it as is. And then after I insert them here, I can come over here in the title field, and if I want a little bit more definitive description in the column header of what that field's about, in other words, the title of that column as you see up here in this column, task name, I can go ahead and say for start 1, after I select the title cell for that start 1 here, that field, I can type in interim start 1, hit enter, and that will be, and interim finish 2. Cool, and then hit enter. Then when I'm done, go ahead and click OK. It's right there. Just go ahead and click apply, and hey, there you go. Cool. Let me go ahead and click and drag the split bar over so I can see my table. First of all, you can see the column headers the titles are what I typed in the title field. Instead of in that pop-up, you can see where it says Start 1. You can see that the title of it that I gave it is Interim Start 1. Let me hover between the two column headers until I can see arrows pointing in opposite directions. Then I can double click really fast to do a best fit for that entire column so I can see everything in there. And these pound symbols means that there's more data than we can see within the cell. So we need to go ahead and double click in between those column headers, and towards the end of this one double click, and okay, there we go. So I can compare against the baseline, the start, the original plan, to the first snapshot in time, maybe a week later, and go, okay, interim start 1. Well, the problem is I'm jumping back and forth, and I don't know about you, but when I go from one date and I see something else and go to another, it gets a little bit tough. So if I go ahead and click on that column, select it, I can click and drag that over, and let's put it right there. So I have the original plan, then the first interim plan, the second, then I have the original baseline plan for the finish, then the first interim plan for finish 1, then finish 2. So that works. Then I can just come over here and go, let's see, okay, for the baseline, examine software. It was August the 31st. Interim plan 1 said it didn't start until the 2nd. And then we can come down here and compare between the two. And then I can come over to interim start 2 and compare against the baseline, or click and drag and move it over. Or if I want, I can say, okay, from this interim plan to that one, is there any difference between the two? And I don't see any yet until this was supposed to start on Wednesday, and then in interim plan 2, at that point in time, it started on Thursday, so it was delayed at interim plan 2. And then you can go over the finishes. Now, to go ahead and make edits to the table, you can come over here and right-click again on the table header cell, go down to More Tables, go ahead and select the name and click on Edit and make changes to it. You can make changes in here if you don't want to do it within the table, and selecting a row, let me go ahead and scroll down, and cutting it and moving it to a blank row and clicking Paste. That's how you go ahead and move them around. In any case, you can go ahead and make your changes here, and then when you're finished, I'm not going to save it. I'm going to go ahead and click Cancel. And if you want to get rid of the table, just come into this window here, click on Organizer, and go ahead and select it from the current project file that you have open, which is Spiffy Software Training Manual. You can see here Spiffy Software. You can delete it from that and always have it available in every new project that you create in the global template, or you can delete it from both, from the global template and from this file as well. Okay. So if I go ahead and try to delete it from this file, because it's in use, it won't let me do it. But if I did, after I get out of it and I'm no longer in use, and I have a bunch of other files that the baseline interim dates is not available in, well, you can go ahead and select it and copy it over. In any case, we'll go over this a bit more in detail about the organizer here. Not too complicated, just what you see in the template. You can make it available in the current project file that you have open. Okay. Go ahead and click Cancel, and then to get back to my original view when I'm done with this, right-click, go to the entry, and there you go. Makes it a lot easier when I want to go ahead and view those interim plans without having to insert all those fields. Just right-click for a change, and right-click to change back. Thanks for watching. Hey, as a quick reminder, if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also click on me and subscribe to my channel to get notified of the latest videos. And for great specials on my products, please see the description below this video.